about my presence for some reason. I don't know what you mean by that, but I just subscribe to you. Would you like to come up? I don't want to like pressure you because I've never met you before.
Behavior therapist.
Yeah, that's so cool. No,
I don't.
Are you kidding? I was excited. I was like, yay! I was like, when you said something about being bisexual, I was just really excited and just kind of happy and proud that you were able to, explain that. Okay. Oh, there's more things. Very chill vibes. That was the last thing I read. I grew up in trees because I hated sitting down. I don't know if that means, but I think I know what that means. I used to climb trees a lot as a kid and go up there and draw.
Oh, that's cool.
But I did that to get away from my crazy brothers sometimes. Just wanted, if you want to be chill, like go hang out in the tree. I get it. You were from the Y generation. I'm from the X, so you were after me. X, Y, and Z. I am now in 2 lives at the same time. This is mania. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're watching 2 people, 2 different people.
Time.
Yeah, Lucy does that all the time.
That's like regular.
Savannah, if you like to do drawing or art or something, I don't want to pressure you, but you can come into a broadcast. Have you done that before? Especially if you're doing art. Golden Squirrel, I totally represent, and thank you so much, Katrina. You are so sweet to give me that. And at the same time, it always makes me smile and makes me think of Jim in Chicagoland. Oh my God, and another one, a Peace Award. Well, guess what, Katrina? I did not draw your name, but I do have your email, and I'm sending everybody who gave me their email something. So I just want to say thank you, and I haven't seen you in forever. You're probably just so busy with school and work. Katrina here is studying to be a nurse, so that's why we don't see her. We don't see her because she's a full-time job and she's trying to be a nurse, so I don't know if she sleeps, but she lives in Arizona and I love her dearly. She's awesome, very supportive of the arts and things. But Savannah, I could invite you if you would feel comfortable with that. And I think she disappeared on me when I said that, so
she's like,
oh well.
I'm out of here.
Well, I mean, she was talking about like an art professor. I don't know. I'm like, do you draw? Do you draw? Do you want to come in here? I mean, I'm not like, do you want to come play? I've got nice toys. My mom says she'll make us snacks. Oh no, I was just excited. I don't know why I get excited, but it's really the one. Okay, just to go into the Pride Month thing, guys. It's really hard, I think, for a lot of folks, but I think being bisexual is one of the hardest ones to talk about, even amongst other people in the LGBTQ community, because there's just so much stigma about, like, I remember when I was in college and going like, oh my God, I don't feel like I should have to choose between men and women. And you get some that will say like, oh, pick a side. Like there's something wrong with you, like you're not going all the way with who you are. And it's, but I of course, that's the 80s, the late 80s, early 90s, where it was really political to come out, and to express yourself. I mean, I remember seeing ACT UP in my college town, doing their protests and stuff, to advocate for AIDS and stuff and the AIDS crisis. I just remember that it just was, it's like, this is my life and this is my personal feelings and things that I'm going through, and it's so hard to talk about these things. And then there's these other people who are just like, you gotta be in people's faces, It's like, I don't know about this. So it's really, it's just, I mean, I'm kind of making a generalization, but I think bisexual folks tend to have a lot of depression over these issues. They have one of the highest rates of depression and suicide of all the LGBT community. And it's just really important to normalize that it's okay It's okay to be gay, and it's okay to be like love everybody, and to realize that there are people made like you. Like you don't have to pick a side. And it's really kind of been so cool in the last, I don't know, decade about how people are normalizing and talking and advocating. I have a great aunt that you would consider her to be trans or non-binary. She looked like a man, she dressed like a man, but she kept her name as Helen, and she lived with a woman that we just called Aunt Diane, and everybody loved and respected her, but there was no open conversation about that. You know what I mean? So sorry to bring that all out right now. When I saw that comment, I just felt like I had to respond to it. Did we not add Lindsay to live? Oh, good Lord. Lindsay, I didn't even make you director. What is wrong with
Who's that?
me?
Who's Lindsay?
Who's Lindsay? I'm so sorry. I got on a rant. You know what? I'm blaming the Mai Tais. You guys, this is why I shouldn't drink.
Drinking fast.
I don't
drinking for you.
Everything's slow, including my brain. I'm going on this rant about bisexuality, and here's Lindsay going like, can I draw with you guys?
I was just drawing away over here, letting you do your thing, getting it out.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Where did you
All
go?
right, I'm going to totally make you director, so you can do whatever you want to. You can mute me.
I'm just
We
gonna
need to put
kick
Lindsay in
everybody
a
out
better
and take over.
spot. Yeah, there we
We're
go.
gonna take over.
Yeah, take over.
So
Well, that's
Mai
Jeremy's
Tais,
job.
Did you make them? Did you make your Mai Tais at home? No, you went out.
No, we went
didn't
out to
you? You
eat.
went
We
to
went
the
out to
birthday.
eat. Yep, Bob and his play date. His best friend is over. We took him out to dinner, picked him up after work, went to this really awesome Chinese place. And I was like deciding between a Mai Tai and a zombie. If I had the zombie, I think I would be sleeping right now. So, Lindsay, there you are, director. I am. My synapses are slow. So, I was thinking the same thing. Oh, apricot burgundy or cherry burgundy? I went with the cherry burgundy, which is what they put in the Mai Tai.
Yum.
Burgundy, rum, and vodka, but it was not diluted. Wow. They put a lot of ice in it, but it hadn't melted yet, and I took a big, and I was like, right between the eyeballs. I'm like, oh my God, I shouldn't be sipping this before we eat. It buzzed ever since. It was very good.
The Mai Tai sounds really
Has
good.
anyone ever done a drink and draw?
No.
Has anybody ever what?
Not an official one here. I've done plenty of drinking and drawing.
Me too. No, actually,
I mean,
an actual official one. I think AJ Marone, Sonic Ninja, used to do them all the time, like as a broadcast.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm drinking here tonight.
there you go. Hey, you know what? It's so funny. I really love whiskey, like the different kinds, everything. I wish I could be like a whiskey snob, but some people get into their different beers.
Isn't that CS's drink of choice is whiskey?
Might be. It just might be.
I think I recall that to be true.
I've had a thing for whiskey since college. I don't know what it is. I'm just not a beer drinker. Turns out it's got barley in it, and I can't have it anyway.
I like wine. Vodka
have
if I'm getting my party on.
Woohoo. How about you, Brenda?
Yeah.
Mm.
I like
She's-
just the plain old rum and Coke.
Oh, that's hey, it's simple, but it
Keep
does
it simple,
the
gets
job.
the job done.
Here we go. We'll just ask C.S. Murphy in the chat, even though he's not here.
See,
Yeah,
you like
tag him.
whiskey?
CS, do you like whiskey? And if so, what kind? We're having a conversation. Deep art thoughts. What kind of
Survey
whiskey do you...
says-
That's not a stereotype at all. Artists and alcohol. Oh my gosh. Oh.
But nothing tastes better than a nice cold beer on a very hot day.
Oh,
I
you know
gotta
what? Pretzels, something salty. Yeah, peanuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
say. I do love a good beer.
did find a good beer that's gluten free that tastes passable. It's made of sorghum or something. I can't remember what it's made of.
There we go. Pretzels.
I've made pizza dough using beer to help raise it, and it turned out really good.
Oh,
Like gluten free, because you can't really raise something
Luke?
that doesn't have gluten in it.
I am currently drinking.
Ooh.
Up.
I like Chivas Regal. Yes, Canadian Club is also good. I think Canadian Club is my go-to, like
Some Canadian Club right now.
every day. That's like an everyday whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's oh my gosh, what's that cherry one? I can't remember where it comes from. It comes from someplace like Tennessee or Kentucky or something, and it has like a cherry flavor. Oh my god! And I think there's another one that has like a vanilla. Really good. Yeah, really good with mixed drinks. I like yeah.
I like booze flavored booze.
Go, Lindsay. Go, Lindsay. Go. Go, Lindsay. Go,
Booze
Lindsay. Go.
flavor. Blues
What do you say?
flavored booze.
booze flavored booze. That's funny.
Well, I don't know if I'll ever do a drink and draw because it just seems like, I mean, look at me now. I was just making really dumbass things. Like Lindsay wasn't even in the chat for a while or in the window because I was like, I was still buzzed from that drink. Seriously, I really am. So if this actually turns out, and here I am doing like really fine lines. Like, boy, there's a recipe for disaster here. It was one,
just
but
one
it felt
you
like
had?
it had enough liquor in it for two. It was that strong. I just because they had this cute little coconut cup that they put it in, but they had like 3 kinds of liqueur in it, and it literally was not watered down with much fruit juice at all. It was mostly alcohol.
Had a cute little
Yeah, cute little coconut cup.
See, we all get in trouble when we look at the cup, and then we get the drink, and then the cup's so cute, but the drink knocks us
It
over,
kind
and
of
by
was
the end of the
doing
night-
that. I said I can't finish this thing, or I'm not going to be able to be awake for my broadcast. I was kind of like chilling in the lazy boy over here before I went live with Jeremy. When I realized what time it was, like, oh darn, Jeremy's live. I should be like in there. Well, our friend was still here, or Bob's friend. So, yeah, we're finally figuring out that, if he gets a little feeling like I'm online with my friends talking and taking over the apartment, that he kind of needs to go do something. Now that we're not stuck together 24/7, not leaving the place, It's like you can go to the game room, you can go for a walk, you can go out somewhere. He's like, what do I do at 10 o'clock at night, though?
Love you, kiddo. Good
Well, if
night.
you were in Vegas, you wouldn't have this problem.
Speaking of, he's been teaching me how to play 21, and he's literally like
I haven't colored them yet.
doing spreadsheets on, I don't know what it's called, where you figure out the game and your odds and what to play when. But there's like, he's got this whole thing that he was showing me that he's set up on his computer, and he's got this book, and he's showing me charts. Well, you want to move this way when the dealer gives you this, when it's equals 16. This is what you do. I mean, he's serious about his 21. He really is. I think he's getting ready to say. I think he wanted to teach me how to play, so that he doesn't go like to the casino by himself. Because I think he's like raring to go. He's been to Vegas, there's a casino here in town. And he keeps...
Yeah, there is. I never did make it there while I was living down there.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of nice. But There's a lot of places I haven't been to. And so, Brenda, you're coming to Cleveland. Woohoo!
I am.
So we
I
might
am.
have a meetup, guys.
Yes, we're going coming up to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. And Bob, I was telling them, like, how do you feel about going on the 2nd? We'll meet up with these ladies. And
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, we've been meaning to do that. I'm like, I know, we can go now.
Cool.
So that just, unless the only reason I wouldn't come would be I'd be having a job. I'd be working. That would be nice. I don't expect that though, that
That would be
quickly.
an excellent reason to bail.
I know. I hope that
You've been working
actually
so
kind of
hard.
happens. I haven't. I literally, I've applied everywhere I think I really want to, like right now. I mean, I'm starting with dietary opportunities, working either for university, like Cleveland Clinic or University Hospitals has like all these systems. And so those are the 2 systems I've been working at. And I know in the past, it took me 8 months to get the job I got when I worked in a hospital before. It took that long to get hired. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. The one does say that they do video interviews and they speed the process up a little bit. And so I'm hoping that the Cleveland Clinic will be the one that hires me, because it's right by, like next door to the Museum of Art.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
Yeah, so
I love lunch breaks.
yeah, I know, right? Come and get me, Bob.
Very nice.
I'm hanging out at the the Andy Warhol section. Come find me. They have a whole section just Andy Warhol.
Oh, I love that.
Everyone's pictures look so nice.
Oh, well, I drew this last year, so
Oh,
I had plenty of time to make it look
Looking
nice.
to ink it finally.
Looks great
Your
this year too.
painting is amazing. Now, how is that sun coming?
it's coming. The more I'm looking at the picture, though, it looks more of a gray and a purple. So I might have to go over it again. That's the nice thing about paints, is you can just paint over what you already painted.
Mhm.
Right. Jeremy,
So-
let me see that up close. I'm gonna like do this. Now we can do show and tell because everybody is kind of right there, but maybe I should let Lindsay do the clicking because I'm
want me to click?
inebriated. Yeah, please do.
Okie dokie.
I went to
Shall we
grab
click?
for my I went to go grab my mouse and I couldn't move my hand right, so
Why is this being so slow? I clicked the button.
it's
There we go.
very slow tonight.
Holy
Seriously,
moly.
it took
Alright.
us like 10
We got
minutes to
Ghostbuster
load everybody up.
action Here.
Yeah, this is
I
one
love
I
it.
did quite a long time ago, and
That's-
Oh, that's cool.
I've
What's
been
the name of
scared
the actor? What was the name of the actor that did
That's
that?
Harold Ramis.
Yeah, long live Harold Ramis. He was really a good writer.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's why I chose to do him
Nice.
out of all the Ghostbusters when I did it. I
Aw.
was going through a month where I was trying to draw real life people again, and I was doing them on 4x6 cards, and it was hit or miss. Like half of them looks good, and the other half were like, well, it looks like the character, but not like the actor. And this was one of the ones that actually turned out. That's why I was like, I was really scared to ink this.
Oh, I
Just
can
like
see
took a
that.
copy of it.
Yeah,
You know what you've got started so far looks great. I
Yeah,
love
it's
the
really turned out
blends.
nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So
Very
yeah,
good.
see? Sometimes I'm not the only one who has a fear of inking or a fear of coloring.
Yep.
Thanks for joining me in my fears there.
Okay, let's see what Anthony's
the only
working
one.
on up here.
Yay.
Anthony.
I love that. Oh, look at that.
Amazing, Anthony.
I love that hot
Nailing
yellow
it.
behind him.
That's great.
That mustache it looks almost a little bit flamish.
I was just thinking
Which
that,
I
like, in,
that.
yeah. I'm sorry.
It fits
Talking
that
over
character
you.
so well.
Just mute me.
I love, no, we're not muting you. That's really cute. All right,
He looks like he's running towards us, doesn't he?
Miss Brenda.
There's definitely a lot of action in that pose. I love that.
Look at the detail on those
Yeah.
waves. My goodness.
She had her camera when she was broadcasting, like really up close.
Yeah.
It was so
Wow.
cool.
This has got to be more orangey purple, I think, though, through here.
Hmm.
So That's kind of the thing
Kind
I'm
of have a
going for.
transition from the oranges into the blues
Yeah.
and purples.
Well, that
That's
seems
gorgeous.
tricky. It seems like that would be tricky to get the right color to
Yeah.
go with the grayish blue that you have there.
So this
That's
is
certain.
acrylic paint?
Acrylic.
Okay. I love working with acrylic paint. It's so flexible.
I
Yeah,
love it
is.
too.
Very
Yeah.
forgiving.
It's been a while since I've done acrylics, but I love mural work, and
yeah.
it's just I just adapted and created these kind of fun blending tools by taking and taping paintbrushes together, like really big ones, and making them
neat.
like a pounce, almost like a stencil brush to pounce and blend, and it works really well on large surfaces.
That's neat.
And it's something that you just can't do small on a small canvas.
The shells will come up sometime.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's really tonight.
There it is.
Yay! Details, the slippery elm.
Oh,
The
lovely.
slippery elm.
Did it freeze?
Lovely.
No,
It's
your thumbnail didn't
botanical.
freeze. The
It's a
preview was
traditional
little
botanical. I actually
like it.
studied botany a little bit, thinking I would actually
Oh,
major in
lovely.
it
Look
at
at
some
all the
point, but I never
details.
did. Yeah, the leaves. I'm not inking this part because I'm thinking I'm just gonna brush in
I
those
love all the
lines
little
for shade.
buds over on the left side with the little sprouts coming out. That's just
Yep.
gorgeous.
These are the examples of the different parts of the plant, which is a typical botanical thing to do. Like here it is on the branch in, like the way you would see it with the seeds. This is an up close side version and what it looks like. And then here's an actual little bit of the seed pod on the middle, what it looks like.
Wow.
What are these? The
Hello,
buds. Hey, Carrie, the
want a
buds.
board.
Yay.
It
Carrie
Happy's
is-
very own
Yeah.
Carrie Godfather or Carrie Godmother.
Yeah.
Sorry, father.
Carrie
Jesus.
Godmother.
Ooh, Carrie, I'm not gonna put you on the spot, but I am. But Carrie had this really great idea. I don't know if she wants to come into my broadcast and explain it, but we can give her an invite, no pressure. Maybe she's not ready to do that right now, but she has something, I think.
I will. She has an invite
It's
shooting
always
over.
thinking like that.
Here's real quick. I'll switch to the rocket real fast. You guys can see how
Oh,
that's
there we
going.
go. There we
Oh
go.
my God, that's turning out
I
so good.
love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
See, no, you're so hard on yourself that you're like,
Lovely.
oh, I'm not gonna get this June tune done, but like,
I have
look
so
what you're
many to do
making.
left, so I'm just kind of just working away,
But
and
they're
we'll get done when we
large.
get done.
They're not these small little art cards that
No, they're
most
eight,
people are doing.
like 8.5 by 8.5
thank you for
squares.
throwing me under the bus.
Thank you so much,
Oh,
Carrie.
dang.
Throwing who under the bus? What?
Yeah, you're like, it's not like these little tiny art cards like everyone else is doing. Okay, yeah, thanks. Because I'm not.
I did throw you under the bus. No, I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
yeah.
like she's doing something that's so
Wow,
big
the
that it's
preview
gonna
is
take her a
literally
long
frozen
time.
right now.
Yeah,
It's not like what Jeremy's doing.
Wow.
Yeah, just
Okay.
don't
Not that we
follow
compare and
Jeremy.
contrast, but that's
My God.
no. I'm just saying, like a lot of people choose to do the small thing because of how much they want to get like things done and everything.
Correct.
But she's doing these amazing pieces that are so they're large, and it's going to be like in a book collection. It's going to be awesome. So she shouldn't be so hard on herself if she doesn't like feel like they're done in
Oh,
time.
thank you.
There are so many people. Am I right about this,
Yeah.
Jeremy? There's
What's
a
that?
lot of people who are like, even after Inktober is done for like a week or so, they're just finishing up Inktober.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it's a thing. It's
I feel like
okay.
I've
Like
been doing pretty good pace, but I'm forgiving myself because I went out and did life with my family for a while.
yeah,
Lovely
life
Carrie.
50. There she is.
I've seen
She's
people
like-
still finishing Drawloween from last year.
Oh,
This
look
month.
at her. She's so put together. What would I even worry about? I didn't want to
Okay.
spring anything on you because we didn't really exactly chat about where and when, but Carrie, you had this idea, and I always thought I would bring you up on a Saturday night like this to have you kind of maybe brainstorm that idea with all of these other awesome artists, because I know this idea that she has isn't just like something she wants to share with me. So you have the floor, Carrie.
I appreciate it. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me on.
Hi.
Carrie.
Well,
Carrie.
I just asked my husband if I had if I had 5 minutes to jump on and
Oh,
talk about this,
wonderful.
and he sets an alarm on my phone and hands it to me.
Well, your little one is probably still awake right now, so I apologize.
Oh my God, no, it's 8:00. It's 8:00. Don't worry. Oh, you said something about. Anyways, oh, look at that, Jeremy. That's me right there.
Aw.
Aw.
We love
Okay,
Carrie.
so my Wi-Fi is a little funky, so if I'm missing stuff or I'm talking over anybody, I do apologize. My Wi-Fi is like.
Oh, you get the floor, and
All
we
good.
totally get taps as sort of a thing with Wi-Fi. But yeah, you had this idea. You had this idea about artists and musicians. ...
Well, it's it's hardly unique, I would say, but Michelle and I were talking about it, and it really comes from the beginning when we wanted to start, when we started Hapstars, and Michelle was, she was like, oh, what if I was drawing, and there was some music going on, and so that's kind of how that all started. So now that there's kind of been, I don't know, people kind of going their own way, and everyone's doing their own thing.
Well,
And,
I also remember saying, like, are you sure you want me on next week? Because I was thinking it was like a one-time thing. And then she's like, no, it's like the show. And I'm like, but there's so many other artists and they could do this too. I think it'd be really cool. So I had that idea like myself. It was like, I don't have to be the only artist doing this. ... So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But
So no, but that's where it stems from. So I was thinking it'd be super, super cool if we could get a bunch of artists together and a bunch of musicians together and, plan a day in the upcoming weeks and, for several hours, whatever it's going to be, do like a marathon thing, and we can sign up for slots or whatever we want to do, make it loose, and everybody can just kind of come and go. But that way, there's always somebody creating art and always somebody providing music for that little marathon, and that way it gets the artists and the musicians to work together and crisscross everybody's followers and friends. And yeah, so Michelle and I were chatting about it.
Cool
So
idea.
what guys?
Cool.
Yeah, you like that idea? I mean, and it wouldn't have to be like you have to draw somebody's portrait. Like I mean, like look what Brenda's doing. She's doing this amazing ocean scene. Like how chill is that to have that image while someone's singing? Like that kind of thing. And then having that music, you guys, that live music as an artist, I can just say, and Jeremy can also just say, because he's experienced it too, like there's nothing else like it. It's different when you're listening to like the radio or whatever, but when you have somebody singing and you're like, it's like you're participating in the creation of something together. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys like that idea?
Yeah, and
I
so
love it.
it'd be like a camaraderie of that. So it wouldn't be too much chit chat. I mean, there can be obviously introducing like what you're doing or who you are, et cetera, but for the most part, just kind of have it be something that people can, come into and watch all day and, come in and out of all day rather, and just always have some like nice art going and some nice music going with it, and hopefully create something, collaborative. And yeah, so you guys are also talented and amazing, and oh my gosh.
And your alarm went off.
Yours.
And time's up.
Scene.
Well, okay. There's plenty of times that you can join us again, Carrie. I know you come into Doses broadcast. I don't know if you've been in these, but you're more than welcome.
Okay.
And Jeremy. So yeah, well, thank you so much. We'll talk about Thursday. You can join us in the comments if you have to leave. But thank you so much for hitting us with your beautiful present.
Before you run away, Miss Carrie, I promise you I haven't been ignoring you, but I did see I have a message from you. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So just hold on.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
Okay.
I didn't think you were ignoring me, but I just figured I'd pop on here to stalk you just in case any pressure on.
Talk me anywhere you like.
That's funny. I don't think she knew she was in
All right.
So, well, thank you for letting us.
As per my timer, I guess I gotta
Yes,
Well, it's always
tell
a joy.
your husband it's my fault and I had to have you on, but tell him thank you. And
It was just really funny. I'm like, do I have 5 minutes to do this? Casually, and he literally like
aw.
hands it to me. By the time he gives it to me, it was 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, I arranged for a play date for Bob tonight, so that's why I can broadcast.
Aw.
And That's how I can broadcast drunk. So, all right. Well, you have a good night, my dear. If you have to
All
go.
right. Well, thank you so much,
Good night,
everybody,
dear.
Thank
for letting
you.
me
Yeah.
go on the party. You guys are all
Bye.
amazing.
I say
we'll
you're
talk
welcome
about
anytime.
this.
That's what I say.
Yes, right. Anytime you are welcome. We will just click on your face and see if you come up. That didn't sound
You're
right.
so kind. I love
That didn't sound right. We'll click
But
on your
some people
face.
click on her face.
That's what I came here for. So we're good.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and speaking
All
of
right.
guys,
Much love to you, Michelle.
I'm gonna say this before she goes
Everybody
too. She is the winner of the grand prize of the most supportive supporter. I decided not to advertise that, but I was gonna give the biggest supporter the option of doing a portrait, and I've never done Carrie's portrait. I was
Aw.
thinking of planning a time. You guys will be invited if anybody wants to draw along with me. I mean, you know, we could have
Draw
a Carrie
Carrie?
portrait.
That would be
Yes,
fun to
so we
do.
could have Carrie could be our first model for that. But yep, she won
be
my
fun.
portrait, so she won the grand prize
I
of
would
my
love
giveaway.
to do that and
So-
participate in that. Everything that
Yeah.
you just said, yes.
Okay,
Cool.
cool. So I
All
sprung
right.
that on her
Off with
today
you
too.
before you get in trouble.
Bye, 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 bye.
All right, Brenda, Gerald, Lindsay, Michelle, Jeremy.
I have this way
Alright.
of like keeping her. Like you
Art
can't
friends,
leave.
I know I know. That's how Hap Stars went from being an hour show to 90 minutes. So
It's not my fault. It is.
I'm gonna
I love
vote
you
for
guys, though.
a graphic server reset if everyone else is down for that because the preview
Yes, I
was
see it.
struggle
Now
busting
it says my
hard.
internet connection is unstable. What?
So I'm gonna slap this
it's
graphic
good.
server button,
Go
and
for it.
everybody that's in the chat, make sure you refresh your window here. Count to 10 and then hit refresh. Okay,
Okay, thank
We'll
you
be
very
back.
much. Yep.
restart.
Commerce. Okay. Yeah, so we'll see.
Are we back?
And do we hit refresh?
I did. Well, no, you don't. Well, Michelle, you don't have to hit refresh. You're not in the comments.
Welcome, Santa from Rio Rancho.
Okay, I'm gonna say
Oh my
if
God,
we're
Santa's
frozen,
your guy.
frozen refresh.
I hit refresh.
You are so silly. Good lord.
I'm telling you,
Who
I'm
gave
not
this girl
drinking
alcohol?
alcohol until
Seriously.
after. I'm gonna drink alcohol after the broadcast, not
I'm
before.
gonna take whoever gave you that drink. I'm taking their liquor license away.
Holy shit. Well, it's like one of the best Chinese places, food
She's
places
like,
in
okay,
town.
guys, I'm gonna refresh now. Like you're not in the chat, Michelle, but go for it. It works.
I
Oh
do a
my
person for her beach below me.
I feel like this is a sobriety test right here, just doing these little stamens. Look at that! I
Nothing
could
like a
draw a
good
line.
stamen.
I can walk a straight line. I can draw one too.
Oh my God.
This is terrible. Why did I go live? Why am I? Why am I
Why are we
looping?
echoing?
What?
What's happening?
I don't know.
I'm confused. It's gonna be one of those days. I love it.
We just lost Anthony. No.
No, come back. Oh, dang.
Okay,
There he is.
There he
Okay.
is.
absolutely.
Woof.
Yeah,
Woo.
moves up on.
Man, oh man.
He's coming after you, varmint.
All right, I think I can ink one more, and then I'm gonna have to go.
Oh, connection to Twitter has failed for you, Anthony.
In the Facebooks.
And
I've been having
Facebook.
all the connection problems with the multicasting.
I tell you.
Santa just subscribed. Woo! We've been good and we've been bad.
Santa of Rio Rancho. That's nice. Well, I'm doing Christmas in July on the 25th for my next giveaway.
Cool.
For my next giveaway.
For my next hat trick.
Mm-hmm. Well, in a sense, we're kind of having Christmas in July as a family gathering for my dad's birthday, my nephew's birthday, all of that. Our first family get together. So it's really kind of exciting.
How old's your dad gonna be?
He's turning 78,
Ooh, nice.
or is he 78 now? After 70, I kind of lost count.
I don't know what
I know. Once they get 70, it's like,
You're old, Dad. You're just really old. He's one of the portraits I want to do this month. I have 2 portraits of my son that I've decided to do for watercolor month because they fit in with what like I was already planning to do. But we'll see how those work out. I've not really done a whole lot of watercolor portraits, so we'll see. But that's part of the reason why I'm doing that challenge in the first place. I just want to do what I already do, but with watercolors.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
that'll be fun, Michelle.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Yeah. Get my stuff together. But I was telling us, was it you, Lindsay? I was telling you us. I've applied for things outside of dietary work. Chef work. There's all these warehouse handling places, right? Like UPS, Amazon is here now, like a fulfillment center, things like that. I'm like, I don't know about heavy lifting, but I'm good with inventory and you know, there's a lot of similarities to production of food as there is to packaging of goods.
Yeah.
But then I thought, because those are some good paying jobs, right? And there's a lot of them offering hiring bonuses, and they are full-time with benefits. So that's kind of what I was looking at. And there's this huge one. I'm like, I can't pass this up. And it's working for medical cannabis, like distribution centers.
Yes.
They decided, I guess they passed some stuff in Ohio, and now it's becoming like a thing. And it's like, it's a growing industry. I get it. But I'm like,
That was
so
funny.
Bob and I literally spent a day going like, how do I take my resume and make a cover letter and make the connection to the skills I have to what would work in their industry? And I actually did apply for.
Can you do a good tight roll?
Yeah, well, actually, one of the jobs said you have to have good hand dexterity. I'm like, dude, I make pierogies like nobody's business. You know, that's like, I'm just stuffing in mashed potatoes and cheese inside of a dumpling. Why not roll a do, right? or well, there's one called a bud tender.
What's up,
is one of the
DJ?
jobs.
How's it going?
One of the jobs is a bud tender that I applied for. I think I would like that. It's like basically a cashier. And I was literally saying like, it's no different than me working in dietary, or I'm working with a patient who has different dietary needs. So I was like, I can do this.
Sure you can.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
So yeah.
absolutely.
Did you print your resume out on hemp paper?
Oh man, I
was
wasn't that proactive. Good Lord,
about rolling
kids
tape?
today. I'm not that woke.
I'm not woke, man.
Bamboo. It's like bamboo. It's totally recyclable. What's it? It's organic, recyclable. And what's the other word that they use? What's the other catchphrase? Renewable. It's renewable. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Well, the thing is that it just seemed like there were a lot of opportunities. Like I would get hired there before I'd get hired at a hospital. You know, and if the wages are, why not? You know,
Zigzag's glued together. Luke's on board with this whole rolling paper.
Well, they do give you employee discounts, so you can. They actually encourage sampling the product so that you know what you're talking about with customers.
Huh.
But one of them is people who just actually grow the plants. And I'm like, I don't know. We'll see if that one works out.
How's your green thumb?
I love gardening. You know, and I've also, like I said, I had kind of almost like an obsession when I was younger with understanding plants as medicine anyway, but that's kind of like my great grandmother was really into that. She was a medicine woman. So there is some kind of association I have with that.
It would make sense.
identifying
To
plants
have
and
you
stuff.
get into that then.
Well, yeah, like originally in high school, when I was trying to decide what to do in college, biology and natural sciences were my favorite things. Plants, again, identifying plants, drawing plants.
Yeah,
I really
exactly.
was into it. One of the this is going to sound lame, but one of the reasons why I never wound up actually majoring in it in college was I could never get into the early morning biology classes at 8 a.m. I just couldn't do it. So I'm like, this might not be the major for me. I just could never get into those classes, like, for whatever reason. And so it's just kind of like, well, maybe this isn't what. And I kept thinking, like, what am I going to do with that anyway as a career? What would I do with that? But this was before the whole.
It was like pot's legal now, so
Yeah, no, right.
now there's all sorts of uses for that.
Exactly. Well, I think it was really new back then to think about like ethnobiology, where you study the known uses of plants for medicinal values and other values.
Right.
Like there was really no career for that back then, but now it's like a big thing. Actually, somebody I went to high school with, she went to Harvard, studied a lot of stuff about that in the
Avid.
Amazon, and then started some kind of company based on that. Botanicals from tropical, just as part of her advocacy for saving the tropical rainforests.
Save the rainforest.
Yeah, she was really into that stuff. And then she created this sort of company based on that.
Interesting.
Yeah. I have a niece now that's studying something similar. She's in college for that. I think hers is more about chemistry and that kind of thing, but it's plant-based medicines. Wow, I'm really chatty about everything but art tonight.
Okay.
It's like, all these things. But
Life lessons with Native.
I know. Well, once you guys are done with an art challenge, how do you feel after that? Like the next month, just
I feel like I just need to hibernate like a bear for a while.
like, can I do something other than draw?
Yeah. Like, can I just come out and hang out and watch you guys draw for a while?
I know, right? Well, that's why I get into these things where like I love to crochet, and I'll go through crocheting binges, and it's a nice break from painting or drawing or whatever, but I'm still doing something kind of creative.
I may shift gears and look more into crafting type projects for a while, just to kind of not do burnout.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, and
recharge the batteries a little bit.
Yeah, and I was thinking, like, I want people to feel like, even though this is a sketch party, it's kind of like what Joe is doing with the creative multiverse. Like, creative people can all come and hang together.
All sorts of creativity.
Lindsay, did you do June Tune every day?
Yes, ma'am.
She did. I know, right?
With the exception of maybe a couple of days where I had to do mom things first, but I'm like double downing and actually like quad downing today to catch up.
Right.
Oh, wow.
I am still on very much a driven mission to finish at least the sketches and inking of every day, and hopefully go back and get the coloring done as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I finish June Tune. I might just give it all up.
Give it all
No,
up.
you won't. No, you
Such
won't.
a liar.
I might.
We're always, it's so funny when you lie, you hesitate, and you have like a hint of like haha in your voice.
Yeah, you can.
I
you
just
can
might
hear the smile.
give it up.
I mean, I did just go on a website and order 400 blank sketch cards. So
Oh,
Did you decide what you're doing for July yet?
no, I
This
haven't.
doesn't look right.
I'll probably decide about 2 minutes before I go live on July 1st.
Fair enough.
I love it.
I really don't know. I haven't seen anybody posting anything over on Instagram about a challenge.
Well, the only challenge I know of is the World Watercolor Month, and
Right.
not everybody's into that because it's an intimidating media. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I have watercolor pencils that I could do drawings and then add the pencils down with the colored
Mhm.
pencils and then turn around and add water to it.
Well, the other thing is it's summer, and I tend to like challenges more in the winter, or as you know, I mean, Inktober is the big one, but I
Yeah.
like I like the Archuary one. It's so funny that you guys happen to be associated with that, and the creator of it, you know, being Joseph and all that. You guys, the two of you guys. Before I even knew you, I knew of you.
You did. It's so crazy.
But I
Yeah, and
almost
Joe
did
and I were
Archuary
actually
this year.
talking the other night. He's like, "We need to pick out the words." I was like, "Yeah, let's do that." So if you guys have maybe a prompt word that you would like to see, maybe toss
Ooh.
that into the pile of possible consideration.
I
Luke's
was
gonna throw out the
actually
word sea monkeys
Oh,
sea monkeys.
because he's going to quit art and race and sell sea monkeys. So I think we should.
Oh
draw
my
sea
gosh. I remember we actually decided to buy sea monkeys once from a comic book.
monkeys.
My parents
Oh,
were
boy.
like, "You really want to do this?" And they just thought it was they just
That's great.
wanted us to get that out of our system. Like, it's
I'm
not
gonna
like you think it's gonna be.
Wow, Luke is having all the I'm gonna quit art and
Farm
winning
alpacas.
answers right now.
If you're
I'm sorry?
gonna make craft beer out of your bathtub, there's no help for you. That's the next thing.
Not out of the bathtub.
Could you explain that again,
Artisanal
Luke?
beer. We'll make artisanal beer and cheeses.
Artisanal.
Just slap a big price on it and say it's artisanal. Use some kind of obscure like ingredient, like goat grass.
Oh, boy.
Goat grass.
So I haven't heard from Riley in 2 days since he was saying he was getting bad weather. So I'm going to send a wellness check down to him.
I was like wondering where he was because I think he was gonna come tonight and he didn't. And then
Yeah, he didn't broadcast.
I heard
on Friday
about
because of bad weather.
how crappy that weather was down there. How is Florida doing? Did you guys hear about that
Yes.
condo?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I live in a condo.
They're comparing it to like the aftermath of the Oklahoma City bombing.
It looks like somebody set a bomb off.
Mhm.
I mean, it just was so frightening.
Yeah, that's where McCaffrey had all of his files that he was going to burn everyone to the ground with.
Hmm.
Wow.
I
just-
heard there was 150 people still missing.
Yeah.
Carrie's over here buying her Voss water, her artesian water.
Well, in California, $3.99, that's a steal. I mean, I remember walking around San Francisco going like, is there water that costs less than $5 around here? And the answer was a big fat no.
The ocean, you mean?
Yeah, I know, right? San Francisco. Oh my God. I couldn't believe a Denny's breakfast cost $20. And then what was really funny, I was kind of bitching about it in my head, going like, damn, I just paid $20 for like a Grand Slam I could get for $5.99 in Michigan. And then I walk out and there's a $20 bill on the ground. And I'm like, I pick it up. I'm like, there you go, Denny's. Take that, Denny's. Oh
boy.
California dreaming. Oh, well, since Carrie's here, we could talk about her. I mean, her idea. Love it.
Okay.
No, I love that idea because on Periscope, we always did these things that were really fun, which was like, it was kind of like a pass the haps, like one broadcast after another kind of thing. And that's kind of the same thing, but then this is with people in, like, we pair up, artist and musician. I love that idea. So it would just be like the Haps takeover thing where they did Women's Day or whatever that was, Women's History Day. But, so we can make a Google document or something, pick a time or a day that would be good for everybody. And then, you just say, this is the time slot I can do. And then that pairs you up with a musician who can do that same time slot. I mean, I think it'd be fun to see what we could do. So the idea would be you could do your own artwork, or maybe let the music or the musician inspire you to do a piece. I mean, Chris Gales, my God. I mean, I have this thing like where I see colors to sound. I mean, it was just an explosion of really cool colors. If you guys, because it's distinctly Chris Gales. So that's why his
30-minute slots, maybe 10 artists, 10 musicians.
Ooh.
30 minutes to do a whole piece, or just to kind of doodle out and just do random art? I don't know. Are we doing like a start to finish thing, or?
That's a good question. That's why we're having these conversations.
Okay. 30 minutes? I can get 3 pieces done.
Oh my gosh. You and Milk. Milk does art. We could do the Elfie Selfie show.
Speed art.
Neither am I.
I mean, I could do like a sketch, but
I could do speed art with a spray can. I could do
everything.
If I was outdoors and I had a big mural to do a spray paint piece, I could do that in 30 minutes. I used to be able to do a portrait in 30 minutes. Now I've slowed my process so down. It's thicker than a molasses in January.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes me 6 days. But that's because I've changed up everything about how I approach a portrait now. But 30 minutes. See, for the musician, 30 minutes is a long time because, what's a song is are what, 2, 3, 4 minutes long. Mm-hmm. So that kind of, I see where she's going with that.
Yeah.
And that's also, yeah. And
that's cool.
Right. And it's also like to get as many people together. She's got a long list of musicians I'm sure she wants to put slots in. But yeah, how would you feel about 30 minutes for art? What would you do?
We're going to have to draw straws to see who gets to pair up with Foamy.
I have another idea. Oh, Foamy. Foamy is an artist and a musician. He could do his own show by himself.
Right?
He could like create a Foamy twin and just, not kidding. Here's another thought. This is something that I thought was really cool that CS did. He prepared a slideshow of a lot of his pieces while he was talking about them. And there was music, I think, too, to some of it. It was really cool. So that's another thing you could do. I
wouldn't mind doing a slideshow, but I don't know about talking over the music because that would be.
No, like he had time, like they gave him a bunch of time.
Okay.
And so, because how it's to him to do a VR piece.
Right.
It takes a long time
live.
To do it from beginning to end.
So, and plus he does so many different kinds of art. The best way to showcase him was to he did do some live stuff, but it wasn't exactly like the best format for his kind of work, so that people could see the variety of stuff. Kind of like Doe, the variety of things that she could do. A lot of people haven't actually seen, and so to see the variety of stuff, like her artwork was stunning. And she just doesn't broadcast it. She does because of how she wants to focus on it, and she'll do it. Like she said, she'll sit down and because she does photo reels, she'll do 6, 7, 8 hours straight. Nobody can really broadcast 6, 7, 8 hours straight, concentrating on a photorealistic. It's just not. It's not humanly realistic. I mean, unless you're a Twitch person who's used to doing that all day, every day. Where they broadcast for 8 hours at a pop. Not everybody can do that. So it was just really kind of nice to have that option to show your stuff,
Doe is amazing with everything that they do.
No, if I only had 30 minutes, I might choose something that's penciled in
Mm-hmm.
and semi done.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
what I was thinking. I was like, I could probably like prep something. So
Right.
that
and-
either you're
yeah.
doing an inking or coloring in, or you're doing the sketch only and just leaving it as pencil. But pencil's
Yeah.
difficult to see on camera as well.
Yeah.
It is. It is. That's another reason why I like charcoal so much. Yeah, nothing that would be elaborate and time consuming, but something that would be like near the completion of a piece.
Yeah.
That's always a good option.
I like
You know, like
pencil.
Riley colors his stuff in that's already
Mhm.
pre-made. That's really a nice option. I could see Riley doing that.
Definitely.
Somebody singing "You're My Hero" while he's drawing a superhero. Get it? Just kidding. That was cheesy. That was. Well, eating cheese. Just kidding. Okay, my internet just dropped. We could do long slots for artists. Half hours for musicians. Got artists to get to create with 2 different artists. Ooh. Yeah, we'll keep talking about that. Nice little 5-hour marathon. I really like that. I think 5 hours is doable because perhaps, you know.
Well, I think what's the max? Is it 12 hours is a max stream? Is that right?
I think so, but then also just if you've noticed that there are times when their artists are on here and musicians, and there are times when they're not. And when
Right.
they're not, I'll be honest with you.
It's boring.
I mean, unless it's like, you know, the brain neuroscientist doing something really cool, you know, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like there's, I guess I've never, I'm nothing, I don't want to say anything like that's going to offend anyone, but I've never really been a big fan of the just go live and talk, you know, because I just, in real life, I may be chatty like this, but like I'm also in a situation where I'm just socializing. I'm actually kind of not good at it. I'm not. I have to be doing something, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes
And I
sense.
like watching people do things. I like where they're going. You know, they're showing us something. You know. But just sitting in the car, I'm sure it's great to catch up with people once in a while. I do like those. I mean, I will go into those broadcasts. I have nothing against them. But like, if that's all that there is.
So that's why you haven't joined in on my I'm Doing Dishes broadcast.
You have one of those?
I've done 2 of those. I've been
He's done a whole
doing dishes
2.
and I get bored and I'm like, okay, we're gonna go live.
I think I like spend like 2 minutes or 30 seconds in a broadcast like that. I say what I need to say to that person, then I'm like, okay, now what do? I really don't. I don't feel comfortable. I feel awkward, just like I would be in real life.
I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay. No, I mean I can talk with people. It's not a big deal. I'm just saying, like, I love the thing that I love about live streaming is seeing interesting people doing interesting things.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, watching me do dishes is interesting.
Oh man, I love that cooking takeover that you guys did. That was so cool. I'm like, it's about time they all got together on one screen.
Oh yeah, we're doing
That was
healthy
great.
carrot muffins tomorrow.
I know.
Healthy carrot muffins.
Oh man, you get into these cooking broadcasts, and next thing you know, you're like going to the fridge. Do I have chocolate? We're talking about chocolate.
You know, right?
I did that the other day when you guys were talking about chocolate, and I'm like, oh darn it! I think I ate the last of my Dove salted caramels, whatever, dark chocolate. So I was eating a Mounds bar while you guys were talking about chocolate.
I made those white chocolate raspberry scones the last time, and my son wanted me to make them again, so he bought the ingredients again.
So what was the reason for everybody making them like triangles? Because that reminded me of Bannock.
Well, I think our typical scones here in the States are triangles. Aren't
Yeah,
they?
usually.
Oh, they're not round?
Not
No.
typically.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of where that went. That's how
That's what
that,
happens when you kick the British out of your country.
everything changes shape.
There goes Kitty Wampus.
That's right.
That's funny. And then the British said to Canada, "Can we ship-"
Staring on me.
Woohoo! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! The flames behind him.
He's looking great.
Oh, that's cute.
Are you calling that done?
Yeah, yeah.
Stick a pitchfork in it. It's done. Look at that. Well done. Woohoo.
Thank you.
I like this thing that you've got with the shapes of your backgrounds and then drawing where they kind of come out of the shape.
There he is. Bigger.
That's like your thing.
Thank you. And thank you, Luke.
Very fiery. You got scones that are triangles too. There's this place up in Ontario though that are all there. It's like round. They're round. But yeah, I remember seeing
Anne's
those.
were round. She made round ones.
Mm-hmm. But I think it's kind of a British-centric area of Ontario. Hi, Bob.
Hi,
How are you doing?
Bob.
Hi, Bob. Everybody's saying. Yeah, I kind of turned on the air conditioning. And I really need to turn it off. Ugh. Wait. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry.
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 I've moved on to the devil. By the way.
Ooh. This is beginning to seem like some kind of What exactly is that creature? Oh, look at his devil.
Hi, Bob.
It looks
This
just
is,
like the guy on South Park.
Yeah, this is
Hey,
the
Totem,
character
come over here.
him.
Oh, sorry,
Him-
say that.
Him is a villain from the Powerpuff Girls that looks devilish.
That's right. You're doing. You know what? It's been so long since I've seen the Powerpuff Girls, but when my son was little and he was really into them, I was into him too. I was like, that was one of the cartoons I'd actually sit down and watch with him.
The Powerpuff Girls.
Jojo.
We were into the Power Rangers.
Pinky in the Brain. That was another one.
That's a good one.
Woohoo.
Did you
What
guys
are you
ever watch the Power Rangers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not much. I don't know if my
The
son was that
original
into
Power
them.
Rangers, not
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I think that I might
super
have seen the
space
original.
dinosaur race car driver, whatever they are now.
Yeah, I was gonna say my son wasn't into those. But...
Look, Lindsay, the song will pop in your head.
Oh no! Don't.
Oh, that's why you did that.
He knows. He knows my weaknesses.
Yes, Disney.
Oh my God, look at that.
Here, hold on. Let's see if I can get other Disney's.
It's
to
a
pop
really
in your
good one
head.
though.
He's like a soundtrack to all of his tunes anyway that he's drawn up. So
How about here?
oh, that's one of my favorite movies as a kid.
Oh, that's cute.
Love that. I like that when they have it where they're like nose to nose with the spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
It's a big pizza pie.
Oh, that's good.
And this one.
See, so Jeremy, you're a natural for the whole get a musician. If you get somebody that's doing Disney tunes, there you
Right.
Exactly.
I can show you the world.
Well, I mean, I think that would be cool if you paired up a musician and
You know what though? Joseph is a musician and an artist. Ooh.
He
I would draw to
with
his
himself.
Yeah,
he
he
could play with
could.
himself. Okay, Jeremy, you're so edgy and sketchy. I just don't even know.
Well, it's like adult bad humor.
You're gonna get your VIP-ness anytime.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh my
you just drop
God.
those elephant jokes and you'll get those views, bruh.
Yeah. I was dying while it was muted. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
Brendan
that
didn't
was
get
so
to hear the
funny.
joke.
Well, you
I
said
did.
Oh,
yes.
you did.
So Jeremy
didn't hear
said
the
something
joke.
about
You didn't?
elephants.
No.
What did you? And then Lindsay had a
Oh, that
good
was in
comeback.
Jeremy's room, I think. You'll
Yeah.
have to tell the joke. Tell the joke.
So, what did the elephant say to the naked man?
And what did Lindsay say?
Mine's bigger
have
than
a
yours.
bigger. Mine's bigger than.
Mine
And
is
the
bigger
official,
than
the
yours.
official punchline is, how
The
do you
trunk.
breathe out of that?
The trunk. She's like, mine's bigger than yours.
Mine's bigger than yours.
Ugh.
Wah, wah.
That was cute. Very cute.
I think I just ate this.
Just
Ooh.
keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Just keep
Those
swimming.
are really good, Jeremy. You've done well.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Disney's is gonna come.
Oh,
Disney is coming
cute.
after you. They're coming after you
Well,
because you're.
Disney's
down.
my
So,
go-to
like-
when I like. If I don't think of anything for July, I may just go back into a Disney month.
Now, is there a thing? I
Okay.
thought I saw that there is a thing where people could be so good at doing some kind of fan art that they get licensed for it.
Actually, that happened to Boss, now a licensed Marvel artist.
There's a lot of
He
people
does the
like
movie
that. Yeah.
posters for a lot of the movies now, and he
I
used to
met a
just do it
guy-
for fun.
I met a guy on Periscope who, like, just when he started Periscope, he got licensed to do the Winter Soldier, whatever.
Nice.
And
Cool.
then we didn't see him, broadcasting anymore, but he was
Yeah.
really good. Would still chat with me once in a while in the DMs on Facebook, but he was part of our art group for a while. I'm like, holy crap, you can tell people how to do this. Like, I said, broadcast about that. Like, how to be where you're at, Interesting guy.
Cute.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I love that piece.
And this one here, I gotta finish coloring.
Aw.
It looks like me sometimes, like, whatever.
But yeah, maybe I'll do a Disney month. I haven't done
Oh.
Disney, and
Yeah, there you go.
so it's probably last. Well, no, I did it after May. It might have been June. No, it wouldn't. It was probably July last year was the last time I did Disney. 'Cause I
Well,
did
there you
for
go.
May, and then I know I did Junetune last year, so I'm thinking I went into my Disney month last year where I started doing all the Disney princesses on one collage.
I feel like half this month has already been Disney month for me. So
Right.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I
kept
really like
pulling
the idea of
Disney
you
characters.
doing. I'm sorry. I really like the idea of you doing crafty stuff. you know,
Yeah.
breaking out those muscles.
Why
I
didn't
love
go
that
furry?
demonstration that you did with the
Furry.
cricket thing.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I was gonna say that, like, I could art to Joseph's synthwave all day, every day, because that's the kind of music I actually look for on the copyright-free stuff, and
Mhm.
it really it's part of the colors I like to hear when I'm doing a portrait, like for a long. Like, I think that's why when he plays that music, I can sit there and draw for hours in his
Oh, the
broadcast
synthwave
because
playlist.
because he sets that, he sets that up, and I just feel like I'm at home, like what I would normally do in my studio where I want to do something that's going to take me a long time. It just does something where the time just dissipates and I'm in the flow.
Yeah,
And
I just
synth-
tried synthwave for the first time today. It didn't go too bad. I liked
I
it.
like different kinds of synthwave, so I'm
Yeah,
really
that's good.
into all my different genres. He has a unique take on the 80s.
I'll
it's
just
very
do 80s
fresh.
MIDI music.
Oh my gosh. How about what's that stuff that comes from
The chip
Yeah.
tunes.
the chipped stuff? Oh my god, I can only listen to that for a few minutes and then I'm like, okay, that's
It
enough.
gets a little grinding on this little.
Sounds like the Star Wars Cantina.
Yeah. But yeah, I could
All right, I think I've kept my wife awake long enough.
There you go.
I'm gonna go ahead and head on out, and then I'll let her turn the light off and go to bed.
Yay.
I mean, we're in separate rooms, but I'm sure she's waiting for me to get in there.
Aw.
I can see it. We're
That's that
separated by a
married
room
life.
full of gaming girls.
Well, you've
No.
been live for Yeah, that's right. How many grandkids you got over, kids?
Well, actually, it's one girl and 2 boys are over here right now. So,
What do you think you want to show us or tell us before you go?
no, because I'm blurry. Oh, they're not. I thought they were still here.
I'm glad it's not me right now.
Actually, you don't look blurry now, but there's no
Usually
artwork.
it's me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Okay, it cleared up because it was blurry.
I do like
I
that.
wasn't
You're
putting
fine,
anything
you're
else
good.
down because it went.
There was a pixelation that that you had, Lindsay, in Jeremy's broadcast, where it looked like your eyebrows went up tremendously high on your forehead,
Oh,
like
boy.
in disbelief, almost like a cartoon like.
That's
I love
really
that piece.
quite funny.
We probably have a whole series of South Park. Is there anybody from South Park you haven't done?
Well, I haven't done a lot of the off camera. Like this is actually the first time I've ever done the demon. I've done actually not too long ago. I did all of the characters. I still have to finish the backgrounds on them.
Hey, Jeremy, have you done the Simpsons cameo characters?
I haven't done very many Simpsons characters either.
So that's something you could probably do.
Well, I'm at a stopping point, and now I'm looking at Brenda, and I'm just amazed at how much you've gotten done. Like, I know, like with acrylics, it seems like it's a little dab here and there, but you've been really working it.
Yeah.
Look at that. I want to make you big. I want to make her big. Let's see. Well, it's because I'm sight challenged here, but let's have her take over for a second. Oh,
Yeah,
look
so
at
there's
this,
the
you
4 boys.
guys. I'm sorry. I just wanted to see her stuff. You're
I
done,
want to
Jeremy.
look at
I'm sorry.
No, we're fine.
Your time
Don't
is up.
apologize.
Good day, sir.
Oh,
What'd you do? Boot him
falls
out?
away for me.
No.
Somebody just look at that. No, I just really wanted to see this because I'm so sight challenged. But that is
That is so
really
awesome.
stunning. I didn't even realize what you were doing by that sun, but that's part of the shoreline.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I love it. And it turned out, I remember you talking about that. Let's go back. There you go, Jeremy. So I can be fair here. I'm so sorry. I asked you to show stuff, and then I'm like, okay, bye.
But yeah, I've got these are all connected by trees. So they would go right here. Let's see. Yeah, right there, because I'm gonna have a tree behind these two that connect, a tree that connects between here. They all have separate trees, and then some snow line that'll go behind them.
Nice.
So yeah, I just got to finish up those so that they all go together.
Nice.
But I have not done very many South Park characters actually.
There you go.
Ooh.
There's your July theme. Right there.
There you go.
We're gonna draw South Park and we're gonna have a real good time.
Oh, I love
Ding,
South
ding, ding,
Park.
ding, ding, ding.
Friendly folks with friendly faces, humble folks without temptation.
Sorry. Oh my God, I'm so glad my face.
Room.
I'm so glad my face window isn't in the window right now because I'm like,
You guys
Thank
are
you,
funny.
Mac.
I look like Grandma had a little
Mac.
too much. Grandma got into the liquor cabinet a little too long there. Yeah.
We're actually getting visited from the 80s. The official
So
Mac
I
Penguin.
am gonna make Lindsay big.
Oh, yeah.
Lindsay,
Lindsay's
you're
gonna be
so big.
big.
So big. Oh my God, look at
That
that
is an amazing
expression. You
Oh,
know,
how
when you see the
cute.
small window, you can't quite see the expression.
I
So
love
this
it.
This is precious. So where are we at now? Like, I know you got a lot
This
to
is
color
day
and things.
26. So here, I'll show you what I've been working on. Okay.
Let's see what you've been working on.
Please stand by. Okay, so this is the last finished piece. That was day 21. Georgia the Jungle.
Oh, cute.
And then on vacation this week, I've been working on these. This is day 22, Old. And it's
Nice.
the character from Carl from Up.
Luke, I don't know why, but your comment just came up. It says, "Oh wow, South Park." So I don't know if it's my
Yes.
lag or if it's your lag, but there's lag. Just
That
so
was
you know,
seriously some lag.
serious
This is
lag.
23 was sad. So this is like literally the
Aw.
saddest part of the movie
Aww.
ever. So yeah, I still gotta color that up. I drew
Mama.
that today. 24 is Goonies. I don't know what I'm doing for Goonies yet, so I skipped that day and I'll come back to it. And then
That's
we
hard.
Oh, I love
Wasn't
the
that hard for you
Rocket.
too, Jeremy?
It was a little.
Yeah. You came up with like Muppet Babies as
Yeah, he
Goonies,
came up
which
with
I thought
really
was like,
clever.
whoa.
25 is Tail, so I did Rocket Raccoon. He's got that big old tail.
Yeah, he's
And
really
then
good.
him is day 26, which is today.
Woohoo! So
Cute.
you're there. You're there. You're gonna
We're
make
getting
it.
there. We're getting
You're
there.
gonna
Did
get to
Joe already
shore.
finish all of his?
Yeah, he's
Ooh.
actually ahead of time. He did Rooster, and I think he did Alien as well.
Okay,
Or at
so
least
you
he
might have
knows
two
what
left.
he's doing for Alien.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna make myself big only because it is 11:53, and so
Yes.
I might as well just show you what I've been up to and all these, all of my UFOs. Let's see here. If I can back this up
Those
a
are
little
cute.
bit. Yeah, I like the art card size for a reason. I'm really getting into it, and I think I learned it from people like Jeremy. But yeah, a lot of people, I was like, why are they doing such small pieces? I'm like, oh, I know, because they can get stuff done. But this is one of the ones that was from 2016 that didn't get colored, and now I just kind of remember which markers I used. What did I do to color it? But this is another one in that series,
Cute.
you know, and big on my signature back then, because that's how I signed my murals. So
Oh, the hybrid of a genie and a crawfish is a character called Him, which is a villain
Ooh.
from the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yes.
So just
This
to
was-
clarify for people that weren't
I
familiar.
think
I do
this
not have the
isn't,
patience to draw those, Michelle.
huh?
Those are
I
amazing.
said I do not have the patience to draw those.
This kind of Mandela's.
Yeah.
You know, I used to get really anal about it because it was like, I thought the whole practice of doing these, maybe it's like a Zen Buddhist-y thing, but like, you know, like they have to be perfectly
symmetrical and stuff.
symmetrical and all that. And then I finally like, screw that.
It's all about just repetitive patterns and
Right.
and finding the
So it
flow.
becomes, yeah, organic. And then I really liked how this turned out. I think I did this in Joseph's broadcast, but like adding the white on top of the black really changed this for
I
me.
find it
And
very therapeutic to watch time-lapse videos of Mandela.
yeah, there's just something about that. Exactly. But this is the series I'm talking about. And I'm like, oh, I just found these cards today that go with it, though they're left. I made a bunch of these. I mean, like, I think like 20. And a lot of them went in with artwork that so these are the kind of things, like if somebody commissioned a portrait, I would also throw in stuff like this.
That is really cool.
Makes sense.
So that's what it's supposed to look like. So, and then I was choosing certain colors. These are my colors. I should explain this. These are Turtle Clan colors. And there's the story about the Earth on Turtle's back being the world.
Welcome, Sean.
And that's why it's surrounded by water. So the world was all water at one point, and then, you know, the turtle,
Oh, that's nice symbolism.
the otter gave his life to go grit the remaining, like to dive down deep enough to bring up soil to put on the turtle's back to create
That's
the
cool.
world. And yeah, so that's kind of, you know, so these are the colors for Turtle Clan, and of course they're the colors of Earth. And you know, just growing things. Pink is also an earth color, which is one of my favorites. But this one was something I did with some kids, doing like, you know, teaching them how to draw. This was just like a fun design, almost like a mandala. It's a mandala kind of exercise. But yeah, there's those guys. Like I said, I showed these. And then yeah, this is some of my Inktober's that I've been inking. This one I actually had inked on time. This was I really liked how this turned out. So I'm like hoping
That's cool.
that I can do more stuff like this, because to me this is an example like, hey, I actually do know what I'm doing in ink. This was one that I feel like I want to scan it and make it bigger to color it in. It's so tiny, but I don't know how to color this yet.
Looks a lot like the stuff that my wife colors.
Oh, so there you go. It is kind of one of those Zentangle doodly things. Doodly doodle. I think this one was Wisp for Inktober. Yeah. That one actually was
That's
one of my
cute.
fastest ones. I think it took me like maybe 15 minutes to draw this one. So if most of my Inktober's could be like
I like
this, I might just do a series of, try to do a series of gesture portraits like this that kind of convey the word. I could get it done. So that's more like what I can do, what I like to do. But this one I was for hope. And this almost looks like a Hallmark card, but it's the, I thought I should try some lettering. I haven't done lettering in a while. So I did the Emily Dickinson poem. Hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. So that's, and then this one I didn't ink all the way because I wanted to watercolor this rather than ink everything. But I forget which fish this was. I think fish was the prompt. I'm not really sure, but it was one of the first ones. I really liked it. Oh, yeah, this one. This was political. I don't know if I want to show that one. And I still haven't figured out what I'm going to... This one's political, but it was how I...
Elton. Sorry, not that one.
Oh, this one. Oh, yeah, sorry. I was like, whoops. Elton. Yeah, it's from the Starman poster, but I'm like, am I painting all of this? I forgot he has like galaxy in his eyes. I was like, I don't know. But then this one was my favorite. I love this one. This one turned out to be my Christmas card. I sent this picture to my brother. He colored it in and made Christmas cards for the fam.
Nice.
It's a little deer mouse.
The mouse is cute.
Yeah, you see, he's a deer mouse. Like,
Mouse.
the little antlers. But so cute. I forget which one he was for, actually. I can't remember which the prompt was. This one.
Probably for little. Or small.
Yeah, might have been. I had to look up the prompts. And I forget, this was the character from Dune. This one, I think this one was Fancy. This is Fancy Dance. But I think the word was fancy. So I did a fancy dancer. And then this one was armor or something like that. And so I chose this Native American breastplate, which is a type of armor. And I think this was radio. So and I know a lot of people did like Radiohead. They did like more of the contemporary radio. I've seen people do but I thought I'm going to do an old-fashioned lady from the 30s wearing an old-fashioned radio for a head. So I really, yeah, that was fun. I think this one was teeth. I don't know if I really, or smile or mouth or something. And I don't think I really did a very good job of this one, but haha, she's laughing. And this one had to do with, I can't remember if it was fat or fluffy or big or large or something. But he's like a big fluffy cat. So, and
This was October.
This was Inktober last year, yeah.
Inktober,
I'm trying to
okay.
remember what prompt this one was. I think it had to do with, I think it was throw. So I thought throw
That looks
pillows.
cozy.
Yeah, this is kind of like me in
I
the
have one
morning.
that's similar to that.
This is me in the morning. A lot of times I will do that. I will just have a cup of coffee while I'm wrapped up in my blankie, you know, starting my day, waking up. But yeah, throw pillows, and then of course the blanket's a throw. I think that's what that was. So there's some of the ones. So yay, there was my show and tell.
Yay.
And guess
Very
what?
nice.
It's 12:01. Yay. We got off to a late start, but it wasn't our fault, honestly. I blame
No,
the
it's some
internet.
other
Let's
guy's
do
fault.
that. It was. Let's blame somebody. Wait, I'm not that person. I'm actually a responsible adult, so I can take responsibility. But
Let's
when it
blame
comes to
Canada.
the internet, blame Canada. I can do that now that I'm down here in the United States.
Blame
But,
Canada.
Blame Canada. Yeah, so guys, have a good rest of your evening. Lindsay, are you gonna like keep trucking and going while you got your mission about you?
Yeah, are we
I
all going over to
may-
Lindsay's broadcast?
I don't know.
Let's see, what time is it? 11? Yeah, I'll fire it up for a little bit. Why not?
Luke, we've got broad
Fire
shoulders
it
over
up.
here. We could take it. All right, I was just curious because we can keep this art party going. We can just, I feel like it's one of those, we used to have those kind of parties too, where you go from house to house.
Mhm.
And I know that we have ghost suppers. They're like something that where you
Like a
literally
Yeah,
pub-
you've
go.
already hit your 500 views.
Like a
You can go
traveling
somewhere
potluck,
else now,
yeah.
so.
What's
Is it
that?
like a pub crawl?
Yeah, it is like a pub crawl. It's an art crawl. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. As a matter of fact, there's a thing like that locally here. I think it's once a month where you go from studio to studio, which
Yeah.
has made me encouraged to kind of try and rent a studio space, you know, or some kind of place where people can come and I could get hooked up in that and, you know, see what happens. We'll see. That'd be kind of cool. What were you saying, Jeremy? I'm sorry, I didn't quite.
I said, yeah, you've already hit your 500 views. We can go to another broadcast now.
my 500 views. I'm not paying attention to those things, but I know that
Well,
you're
yeah, but you needed to get your VIP-ness.
Oh no, I've already got mine.
Oh, you've already got yours?
She's
Darn
already
it.
Yeah.
established. She has. Her
I don't
chunk
have
is
to go
already
anywhere
there.
for that, babe. I got that in.
All right.
I got that long
has
time
her
ago.
Guys, I've been broadcasting since 5:30 today, so I'm going to drop out.
Woo!
later
That's right. She
today.
was on
Okay.
Michael's broadcast for like 3 hours doing karaoke, and that's why you
I
sound like you
was.
could use a glass of water. What did you
Oh my
sing?
goodness.
Oh, everything. We were singing everything. I sang Poker Face, which was a riot because it was sitting all over
Oh,
my
boy.
screen.
Poker face. Oh my god! So
Poker Face.
she could be her own musical guest on her art
Wow.
and musical broadcasts.
There you go. Art and karaoke.
She could play with herself as well.
Yeah.
So there we go.
It was fun though. It was really a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to end it
Thank you.
with this graphic. Thank you guys for all joining me.
Thanks,
and I'm going to
guys.
make this
Nice to see
graphic that I
everybody.
created, not the right graphic, not the sketch party graphic. Oh, no, it's Michelle Alexander,
Not that
Native
one.
Graffiti Art. I need to learn how to brand myself. And I think the challenge this week from HAPS was to do something like this. So I'm like, I can do this. I can do this, even though I would probably like to pass this over to somebody professional, like, oh, I don't know, Lindsay.
Who's that?
But yeah, maybe you know what? Maybe the art challenge for next month would be: can you brand yourself better? What can you do? What could you do to brand yourself better? Brand that sounds like a saying right there. Brand yourself better. Better brand. Better. No, anyway, I should just stop while I'm ahead. No more talking, Michelle. All right, guys. Good night. Thank you for joining me. Saturday sketch party. It's a thing. But anyone can have a sketch party. Honestly, I just think it's just more fun when you do art with friends, and definitely art with friends. Ooh! I totally forgot to get a graphic. PopX is tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube.
Yes.
Follow PopX Cast. Maybe I will get that graphic and I'll share that in my profile. I know Lindsay, as well as Joseph S. Burks. You can find the link there on Instagram. But yeah, what's the discussion?
We are talking Sweet Tooth, and the Retro Rewind is the Breakfast Club.
Ooh,
So it's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be a good show. It'll be a lot of
live
fun.
during that time, so I will probably open a YouTube channel as well, and we'll just listen to the broadcast.
All right.
Nice.
That's
There you
perfect.
go.
Excellent.
And then also tomorrow night after the post PopX party over at Joseph Burke's channel.
Yep, Joseph Burke Arts.
Gonna do another art with friends. That guy's just kicking it.
Creative Multiverse.
I mean,
Creative
it was like once a week, and now it's several times a week whenever he just
He
can fit
tries
it
to
in.
do it consistently twice a week. So Sunday nights
Awesome.
after PopX and
Yes.
on Wednesday nights.
I love it. And I know June Toon brought him to the
Yes.
table more often, just like the rest of you guys. I can't wait to see. You know what we should do is I know the 4th of July is kind of like a holiday weekend. There's a lot going on, but maybe
Right.
sometime during the first week of July, if you guys have like a instead of a Saturday night sketch party, what we could do is a slideshow. Guys, next time in the next thing, and I can't wait to see PopX Cast and join you guys tomorrow night with Joseph if
And I'm
y'all
going
want to
live
play.
in a minute. So if you guys aren't ready to go
Oh,
to
that's
bed
right.
yet.
Okay,
All right.
great. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
And
Take
end
care.
broadcast. Exit.